2,000 years ago, there were a mere 170 million people living on Earth. The human race has been on an upward trajectory ever since, logging in at 7.7 billion people in 2019 and projected to reach 10 billion by the 22nd century. Our burgeoning population presents many challenges, according to the United Nations, especially as countries look to hit sustainability goals by 2030. Basically, the more humans there are on Earth, the more resources such as food, water, and the land we need, the more resources we take away from other species, and the more waste we generate. There is some good news. Population increases are slowing down, and in some countries and elsewhere, some populations are shrinking. Still, there are other places that are virtually bursting at the seams. We're looking at the 20 most populous metropolitan areas on the planet. 10. Osaka, Japan. Current population, 19,165,340 people. The number of people living in Japan's food-centric and third-largest metropolitan area is actually decreasing. It's dropped by 3% since 2019. But nearly 20,000 humans squeezed into the broader Kansai region, which includes the city of Osaka, of 27,000 kilometers, makes for some tight living quarters. And in fact, 7% of Japan's total population lives within an even smaller space in this region, in the city of Osaka proper and its 42 municipalities. 9. Mumbai, India. Current population, 20,411,274 people. India's second-largest metropolitan area has its largest in-city population, with over 13 million at last official census count in 2011. Its trains alone carry 6 million people a day, a figure that puts almost every other busy city to shame. Mumbai's population has surged in the past 20 years and has in fact doubled since 1991, as migrants from rural areas move to town looking for work. The practical realities of this flux are grim, reports World Population Review. 41% of residents in Mumbai and its surrounding regions live in slums. If you're looking for a silver lining, Mumbai may still be growing, but the rate is slowing. In 2019, Mumbai was the 8th city on this list. 8. Beijing, China. Current population, 20,462,610 people. China's second-largest municipality has almost as many residents as the entire country of Australia. And the population has not only been rising at a steady clip since 1975, it's projected to keep on rising all the way through 2035, according to the UN World Urbanization Prospects Report. One of the serious downsides to such a large population in an urban area, Beijing has some of the worst air for breathing, thanks to nearby polluting coal plants and to car traffic, measuring 52 microns per cubic meter, as reported by Reuters. Unfortunately, it's also one of 11 major cities that are running out of water. CAIRO, Egypt. Current population, 20,900,604 people. Egypt's capital city has been settled at least since the 4th century due to its important location on the Nile River. After plagues in the Middle Ages and city-destroying riots in the 1950s, it's since been growing at a rapid pace. Even its core city population is staggeringly high, -12 million, as tallied by World Population Review. Alexandria, the second-largest city in Egypt, is a mere 30% of Cairo's size. Of course, you don't have to travel quite that far to reach a city rich with history. Try visiting one of the best American cities for history buffs instead. 6. Dhaka, Bangladesh. Current population, 21,005,860 people. Business Insider called Dhaka the most crowded city in the world in 2018, and it's only grown since then, with over 23,000 people per square kilometer and an incredible 2,000 people per day moving into Bangladesh's capital city. The reason for the influx, pure and simple desperation, as climate change exasperated natural disasters wreak havoc on their hometowns and villages. Not surprisingly then, 1/4 of Bangladeshis live below the poverty line, with an estimated 3 million people living in the slums of Dhaka alone. 5. Mexico City, Mexico. Current population, 21,782,378 people. An economic powerhouse, Mexico City is also one of the most populous and densest in the world. In fact, 20% of the entire population of Mexico lives in Mexico City. Surges in growth have meant that the city has had a hard time keeping up with necessary services for its residents, like housing, but there is hope on that front. 4. Sao Paulo, Brazil. Current population, 22,043,028 people. The most populous city in the Americas, with over 11 million people living in the city itself, is a sophisticated, ethnically diverse world cultural center that is also, oddly, according to Forbes, home to 26 billionaires. It's also a city of immigrants. 81% of students said they were descendants of foreign immigrants, writes World Population Review of a recent survey by the University of Sao Paulo. This metropolitan area is projected to reach 23 million by 2030. Key population only grew by 0.5% from 2019 to 2020. 3. Shanghai, China. Current population, 27,058,480 people. Shanghai is the largest city proper in the world and one of the fastest developing for 20 years, seeing double-digit growth nearly every year since 1992, with the exception of the global recession of 2008 to 2009, says World Population Review. And it's still growing, even though the pace of that growth is slowing. Experts predict its greater metropolitan regions will hit 50 million residents by 2050, which is sure to exacerbate all the problems that come with dense cities, like insufficient infrastructure and pollution. 2. Delhi, India. Current population, 30,290,936 people. Delhi, India's capital and the center of its government, is second in population and takes the lead in the most polluted cities in the world. It packs over 11,000 people into each of its 1,484 square kilometers. And it's growing faster than almost any place else on Earth. In 2001 alone, reports World Population Review, its population increased by 215,000 due to natural growth and 285,000 through migration. Its numbers increased this year by 3.03% over 2019, but it's still on track to hit a population of over 43 million by 2035. A large contributor to why India will soon be the country with the highest population. 1. Tokyo, Japan. Current population, 37,393,128 people. Believe it or not, the largest city in the world actually saw a population drop of 11% from 2019. That trend is expected to continue and to increase through 2035, so that 16 years from now, Tokyo will house almost 1.5 million fewer people than it does today. Needless to say, this is the kind of population trend that would benefit the rest of the cities on this list. Thank you guys for watching. If you want more videos like this one, make sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel to never miss out on any of our videos.